Welcome to Between the Lens, a film series where I break down and interpret films. Today we're looking at the idea of spectatorship, and how certain films can control how the audience member, or spectator, can feel based on the elements the director decides to put, or not put in. No Country for Old Men, directed by the Coen brothers, is a 2006 Western thriller, detailing how a hunter finds a bag of stolen money after a shootout, and is consequently hunted down by a bounty hunter. The Coen brothers build a deconstruction of a classic American Western, and specifically draw on audience expectation in order to subvert them. The viewer is initially presented with Josh Brolin's character, Llewellyn, who is suggestively the protagonist, but not a hero. Intentionally, there are no heroic characters within the film, which definitely contrasts contemporary Hollywood movies at the time. The second is the antagonist, Anton Chigurh, a bounty hunter who is definitely presented as the antagonist. In the film, a passive audience would see Llewellyn as the protagonist and Chigurh as the antagonist. This is because Chigurh is shown to be a serial killer, whilst Llewellyn is shown to be running from the antagonist. An active spectator would question this view. While it is clear that Chigurh is the antagonist, Llewellyn is not a relatable protagonist. He is still shown stealing a briefcase full of money from a crime scene in the beginning of the film, and not helping out the injured Mexican when Llewellyn finds him there. When Llewellyn does try to be a protagonist, for example returning to the crime scene to give the injured Mexican some water, he gets caught and ends up in trouble. An active spectator has mixed emotions on whether Llewellyn is the protagonist of the film, but it is clearly shown that he is a lesser evil, therefore automatically making him the protagonist. The Coen brothers also put an emphasis on sound, but not in a traditional sense. Throughout the film, there is a lack of non-diegetic sound. Non-diegetic composed scores are often used to guide the viewer on what they should be feeling. For example, an upbeat song usually tells the viewer to feel happy. Due to the lack of non-diegetic sound, the viewer must pay attention to the cinematography and performance, and therefore become a more active spectator. What the Coen brothers do is manage to flip nearly all expectations a spectator would have on the head, and ask them to engage on a very active level when it comes to reading the film.